So I've always had this fascination with all things mysterious, and I've always been intrigued by real-life treasure hunts, adventure, secret codes, and the like. Also, I've always wanted to bring my wife into an adventurous life with me, and I've always wanted to spoil her for birthdays and anniversaries and stuff. One day an unexpected package came in the mail, and Shelly, like she likes to do, joked about what she thought it might be, and she said, "What's this, a secret key that's going to take me on a scavenger hunt to my birthday present?" Suddenly I kind of had this guilty feeling, but then I had this great idea. I was like, why have I never done something like this for her? But also, why not start putting it together now? It can take as long as I need, and when it's ready I can just use it for the nearest birthday or anniversary or whatever. So from that day I started a list where I jotted down every cool idea I could imagine to involve in the most epic scavenger treasure hunt. When I finally brainstormed enough, I wanted it to include puzzles, keys, combinations, escape room elements, secret codes, QR codes, Scooby Doo riddle type clues, brain games, hiding places, pictograms, blacklight or invisible ink, a treasure map, coins, Bible verses, and little gifts all along the way. I wanted to involve her friends and family and all culminate in a cliche buried treasure chest. I had some pretty techie ideas like backwards audio or spectrograph, but I know my wife isn't techie, and so I knew that would probably screw up the hunt. Well, without further ado, here's how the most epic treasure hunt ever played out. One week some mysterious wooden coins with some kind of symbol on them started showing up. One day Shelly found one in her coat pocket, another day she found one in her purse, and then another in her bathroom drawer, her car console, in the silverware drawer, in her underwear drawer, by her earrings, each one with a different symbol on them. These symbols are a secret code I developed when I was a kid called Rigati. Then one day when checking the mail, my wife found an unexpected little package. Inside was a small heart-shaped box with a tiny key inside. Also, there was a weird-shaped laminated paper with some backward writing on it. Some of these things got discovered out of order, but it was supposed to then match up with a corresponding piece of laminated paper on the bathroom door. When she inserted the shape in and then looked at the piece in the mirror, she would then clearly read Psalm 46:10 and in your ESV. Although she found this ahead of time, her next step was opening her Bible to Psalm 46:10, where she would find a small QR code. That QR code would take her to this video.
Hi honey, now begins the hunt, the greatest scavenger hunt of your life. I've designed this hunt to be fun, but also to kind of celebrate and highlight some of the unique ways that we know each other. I've always been impressed with your ability to solve riddles and games and puzzles, so I know you'll have no problem solving the clues that I have for you, including some of the ones I've already left in this video. Without further ado, let's get started.
The video has several clues in it, including what looks like a torn-off piece of map with Rigati on it, several split-second flashes of Rigati characters, and finally another QR code behind me. She needed to watch the video on the TV or maybe have another phone on hand because she had to scan the QR code. This took her to an image of me pointing to something on my hand. When she zoomed way in to read it, there was a clue that read, "The board where you FE can't walk, but has a hollow leg nonetheless." The FE would remind her that she saw a link in the end of the video called FE Clue. In that short clip, I was seen pointing to a certain spot above the cabinets in the kitchen. When she climbed up on the counter to look there, she would find three things: a small gift, which is just a miniature Bible because she adores miniature things, a picture of some eyes looking up, and a periodic table of the elements with a message on the back that read, "Periodically you'll understand that last clue." If she hadn't already figured this out, the periodic table uses the abbreviation FE for iron. Then she easily deciphered the clue, "The board where you iron can't walk, but has a hollow leg nonetheless." She knew this meant the ironing board and promptly went to examine the legs of the ironing board. Rolled up in the ironing board leg was a clue that read, "Momsy knows best. When she hears the passphrase, 'dragons and blueberries,' she'll send you on your way." I had already contacted her mom and had her ready to answer Shelley's riddle when she called, so her mom would then answer, "The obsolete Jack holds a message close to where Josh sleeps." Next, Shelley looked close to where I sleep, behind my nightstand to be exact, to find an old landline telephone jack. When she unscrewed this, she found inside a very small pill bottle. Inside the bottle was $15 and a note that said, "Take a friend to coffee, on me." Take a picture of the last letter of the first word on our church's main sign. Eventually, Shelley took a picture of the word in Canyon from Canyon View Vineyard Church's front sign and printed it. Also was her next clue, which read, "Where the wind blows for, clue for your hunt one more. On the board where they advertise, you will see a note just for your eyes." She would know that this was on the bulletin board at our favorite local coffee shop, Four Winds. When she grabbed that cup of coffee with a friend, she would find an envelope on their community bulletin board with her name on it. Inside the envelope was her next clue that read, "4 ribbons red will take you to a Karn checkpoint. Where you've been led is I love you point." Also a little message saying, "Take a photo of the 2 key on your keyboard and print it." Shelley would know exactly where to find I love you point because it's a cliff on the Colorado National Monument where I first told her I loved her. When I got up to plant the red ribbons and the next clue at I love you point, it was a much bigger area than I'd remembered it, and even with the ribbons leading her there, it could be extremely difficult to find anything up there. So I took these photos to help her and secretly airdropped them into her phone's photos. With the aid of the photos, she was able to find the ribbons, which led to the cairn. When she dug under the cairn, she found the Coke bottle with a message inside. When she broke the bottle, the clue inside was a message that read, "When this drawer is cleared out, a key will help you get beyond the false bottom." Also, in the bottle was a maze I designed. Each exit of the maze was a different drawer around our house, and when she completed the maze, it brought her to his nightstand. When she opened my nightstand drawer and cleared out all my junk, she found a set of skeleton keys, but one was stuck to the bottom of the drawer, making a sort of handle. When she lifted this key, it lifted a false bottom out of the drawer. There she found another gift, a book from her wish list. She also found a clue that read,
"I don't expect you to overturn every rock in our yard for clues. Find that rock with this map. When you tell Popsy Ice Cream 1, he will tell you where to find the key to this map."
With that clue was a Google map shot of our home with a negative space in one corner in the shape of the tip of a key. There was also a message that said, "Tell your Popsy Ice Cream 1, and he will tell you where the key to this map is found." When she called her dad and told him that password, he told her, "The key overlay will be in the chandelier top." When she searched the top of our chandelier, she found a chapstick tube. Rolled up tightly inside the chapstick tube was a large image of a skeleton key printed on a transparency. Also printed on that sheet across from the key was a red arrow. When she saw the shape of the key, she knew that it fit with the map of our house. When she placed the transparency over the map, with the key matching the negative space on the map, it lined up the arrow to point to a very specific place in front of our shed. When Shelley looked in this very spot, there was a large river rock there. When she lifted this rock, she discovered a bottle which was glued to the bottom of the rock by its lid and hidden in a small hole under the rock. In this bottle was a picture of Jackie Chan kicking, and the message, "Arranged with all the other pictures you've collected, is a pictogram. The pictogram tells you where your next clue is." So she would have to bring out the collected pictures and lay them out. So there was the eyes looking up, the in, the at key, 2 is the at key, and Jackie Chan kicking with a small little note saying -K. After some deciphering, she would read, "Look in at kick -K, or look in attic." Once she opened the door to the attic, she quickly discovered a small puzzle box tied to one of the nearest trusses. This was a puzzle of our family printed by Shutterfly, and I had a clue tied to it, reading, "Next clue is written on the back of our family. When she finished building the puzzle, she would see some more Raigati written over our family. She then slid the puzzle onto a cookie sheet, sandwiched it with another, and flipped the puzzle over, and discovered a message written on back. Where you find the Shire, in the 9th passage, at the sign of the Prancing Pony. She knew Where You Find the Shire was in The Lord of the Rings. She found the novel, opened it to the 9th chapter, at the sign of the Prancing Pony. There she saw a number of circled letters on the page. When she wrote out the circled letters on a paper, it spelled out, "These blades cool us. One has your next clue." She deciphered this meant our bedroom ceiling fan and stood up on the bed to see on top of the fan blades. There she found a folded up paper taped to one of the blades. This paper was a crossword I constructed called Shelley Things Crossword Puzzle. All the clues in this puzzle would be things only Shelley would know of or that pertain specifically to her life. A clue on one side said, "The door will be at the junctions of 1D and 4A, etc." After she finished the crossword and took the letters from these junctions, it spelled out, "Where you enter Narnia." Everyone knows you enter Narnia through a wardrobe, or in our case, a closet. When she searched our closet, she found a strange wooden little lockbox mounted in the wall with an ornate keyhole in the door. On the lockbox was a clue that simply read, "Now put all the clues together." When she fit all the clue pieces together like a puzzle, there was a message on the back that said, "To read this message, there's a magic stick hidden under many keys that don't unlock a single lock." She understood this riddle to mean under the piano. She searched around under the piano and remembered not long ago we discovered the entire panel under the keys opens to reveal the soundboard and wires with ample space to hide something. She opened the panel to find a small blacklight flashlight along with another Raigati coin. She used the blacklight to read the backside of the clues taped together and see the message "Behind the Hands of Anderson Time." Right above the piano hangs a huge 3-foot round clock I built with our name Anderson painted across it. She stood up on the piano bench and took the clock down from the wall and turned it around. In a small hollow I cut out for the clockwork, she immediately saw her next gift, a $100 bill, along with an ornate skeleton key. She took the key back to the closet lockbox and opened it. I rigged a small little battery-powered flashlight bulb to light up when the door opened.
A secret light? What is this cool thing? It even has a shut the front door. Go get my camera.
And there she saw yet another small gift, a pair of earrings along with 5 little laminated letters, paper clipped together. Also, there was a little homemade wooden cryptex and a clue. This clue said, "To open the cryptex, do this anagram. Blank most famous proclamation." She arranged the little laminated letters to spell out John's. At first she tried to think of something my dad would say because his name's John, but then she realized I was talking about John in the Bible. And then it was obvious. John's most famous proclamation is John 3:16. Since the cryptex only has numbers and 3 at that, she turned the rings to 316. She pulled the cylinder apart to find a small flash drive.
How did you even make these things? A flash drive? This is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
When she inserted the flash drive into her computer, she saw on it were 36 folders named 0 through 9 and A through Z plus 1 image. The image was my cartoon character, Carrot, telling her, "The dog has your next clue." She understood to look in the D folder, only to see, yet again, folders 0 through 9 and A through Z. Eventually, she figured out to then go to folder O and then folder G. Finally, there she saw an image of my cartoon dog, Ruff, telling her, "Annie's folder has your next clue." She then knew to go to the folders in order of our children's initials, where she found an image of our daughter with a speech balloon saying, "My mommy's folder has your next clue." She knew that would be her own initials. In that folder was a picture of herself saying, "Hi, me. My oldest son has your next clue." In our oldest son's folder was a picture of him saying, "My brother has your next clue." In our other son's folder was a picture of him saying, "Daddy's folder has the next clue." In my folder was a picture of me saying, "Look to God for all your answers." Finally, in folder G, inside O, inside D, was an image of the key to my secret Raigadi writing. There was also a link to the second video where I told her,
"Congratulations, you're doing so great, just like I knew you would. I married you for your brains. Now, the place where you get clean holds the thing that you're gonna need to solve all those little gold coins that you've been getting. Not in tiny lights of hope, but life is good. You're almost there."
She deciphered the place where you get clean meant our bathroom, and she looked around and saw the 2 thick canvas wall hangings with the phrase, "Tiny lights of hope" and "Life is good." When she took "Life is good" down, she discovered a strange puzzle board in back with numbered or lettered circular indentations the size of all the gold coins she'd collected. It also had Raigadi all over it. Using the Raigadi code, she was able to decipher correctly the order of the coins, and once they were all placed face down, she could read a Raigadi message all across the board, which read, "Under your nightstand drawer." When she checked, she found a map taped there. This treasure map showed everywhere she'd already been, but just in case it didn't make sense, she would see the left side torn off, and remember, she'd seen that half in the first video. And now, with the Raigadi code, she could read the title of the map. This also helped her decipher the other Raigadi in the video, which would help her properly orient the map. A clue on the map itself told her X marks the spot at 1 p.m. When she'd followed the dotted path she had been on, it led to the garden area at the side of the house. In a dirt area at 1 p.m., she saw the shadow of an X cast down from a wooden X I had mounted on the side of the house. The first time she tried this, there was nothing there because I had forgotten about daylight savings. She tried again the next day at 1 and saw the X. She quickly grabbed a shovel and started to dig. She came to a small box with a grocery bag inside. There, she finally discovered the treasure. A small treasure box I built out of some heavy wood. When she saw the little lock on the box, she immediately knew that first little skeleton key would open it. Inside the box was filled with all kinds of necklaces and jewelry, mainly to make it look more like a treasure box. This is all stuff I inherited when my mom died. Also inside was her main gift for our 6th anniversary, an iron 6 with our names on it, and her card. In her card, I made the font size so small she needed a magnifying glass to read it. When she finished reading my gushy message, there was yet another clue. When getting ready in the morning, you've always been glancing at where your final gift is in good hands. She figured out this was back in our bathroom behind the clock. And there was a QR code leading to our 6th anniversary video. And so that's it. It turned out to be a great hunt. There were some hitches, some things that I definitely would know to do better or differently next time. But overall, I think she'll never forget this one.